So now we're going to talk about courage. This entire lesson is about building courage and building self-esteem in your child. So long ago, before the invention of convenience stores, a group of humans called milkmen wandered the earth in the early morning darkness, delivering bottles of their precious liquid. In one of the neighborhoods that they visited, there was a five-year-old little boy who was afraid of the dark. And early one morning, before the sun had risen, the boy's mother, hoping to help her child overcome his fear, encouraged him to open the front door and bring in the milk. He was afraid, but she persisted. "Go ahead," she said. "God is outside and he will protect you." The boy thought about that for a moment and then moved his small hand toward the door. He fearfully turned the knob and reached his hand into that cold, dark morning and shouted, "If you're out there, God, hand me the milk." Preparing a child to courageously meet the challenges that life offers is perhaps the single most important aspect of parenting. Courage is such an important character trait in today's complex world of choices that it forms the very foundation upon which a child constructs her personality. In fact, psychologist Alfred Adler and the great leader Winston Churchill both said that courage is the most important of all the traits because it's the one on which all the other ones depend. We learned earlier that the French word "coeur" means heart, and the root of the English word is courage. And just as the heart has been long considered the center of human emotions, courage might be thought of as the core of a person's character. It's this heart or grit that enables us to take reasonable risks. And we know that if we fail, we're still going to be all right. And it's through risk-taking that we're able to develop responsibility and cooperation and independence and whatever. Whatever else it is that we're striving to achieve. In fact, we define courage in active parenting like this. The confidence to take on a known risk for a known purpose. Courage is a feeling. It's a feeling of confidence that motivates us to take some risks, knowing that we do have the chance to succeed, and that even if we do fail, the risk was worth taking. Courage is not the absence of fear, but just the willingness to take a reasonable risk in spite of the fear. And without this feeling of courage, we're going to find ourselves sitting on the sideline, unwilling to take the risks inherent in any endeavor. And without courage, we're going to let our life just pass us by while we wait for somebody else to just hand us the milk. So Michael Popkin wrote this. He said, "Courage first met fear. When I was still a child, courage gazed with cool, clear eyes. Fear was something wild. Courage urged, 'Let's go ahead.' Fear said, 'Let's turn back.' Courage spoke of what we had, fear of what we lacked. Courage took me by the hand and warmed my frozen bones, yet fear, the while, tugged at my legs and whispered, 'We're alone.' Many have been the obstacles since first I had to choose, and sometimes when courage led me on, I've come up with a bruise. And many have been the challenges since fear and courage met, and yet those times I'd followed fear, too often tagged along regret."